Hey guys, welcome back to Robin's Built Garage. Working on that Civic again. Figured I'd make a quick video. Kinda already started, and then I forgot, hey, I probably should make a video to help some people out with this if they need help. So I'm at a point now, I'm in the middle of it. I can kind of show you what I did and then wrap it up at the end. So we're doing rear brake lines. They go from the proportioning valve on the firewall all the way back to both rear brake lines, the rubber lines. So I'm gonna show you how to replace them. All right, so on these Civics here, if you're doing the hard lines, that's great and all. If you have all the tools and you wanna run hard lines, get yourself a roll. And they're M10 by 1.0 thread fittings, double flare. And you can do it that way. I mean, it's a little bit more time and patience. It'll be cheaper cost-wise, because you probably can get a roll of brake line for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. I don't know how much it costs, depends on where you're at too. And you probably get all the fittings for like under 10 bucks. And you can do it and bleed the brakes, you know, brake fluid and all that stuff. But I found it way easier. This is like the third Civic I've done. There's a kit on eBay, probably even Amazon, just type in EK Civic rear brake lines, and they go from the proportioning valve all the way back to both left and right rear wheels. And it comes with all the fittings, and they're stainless steel braided lines, and then they're flexible. You can just run them back. You don't need a flare, nothing. So like I said, if you don't even have a flaring tool, you won't need it for this job. The only thing you'll need is basic wrenches. If you got a diagonal cutter, pliers there. If you have a long one, you get the leverage, it works out great. There's all the old pieces that I cut out. You can see they were, so focus. You can see they were really good shape there. And they were patched a couple times. So I buy that kit, it's like 110 bucks. Comes with all the fittings and the lines. And you just take the parts out of the proportioning valve, thread them in there, tighten them up, and then you put the lines in, and they go in real nice. They tuck right against the wall. Trick is when tightening these, hold this here, this part here, with a pair of pliers where you want it. And then tighten this up. Because if you just tighten this up, this will spin out, and then these hoses will end up being like out here or something. So if you hold them where you want it, they tuck in nicely against the firewall there. So, and then mark which line too, because there's a long line and a short line. The short line goes to the driver's side rear, and the long line goes to the passenger side rear. So like I marked it here, which I should have marked the other end, but I'll just pull on the line and figure out which one it is. The left side of the proportioning valve, if you're looking at it from the front. So if you're standing in front of the car looking this way at the firewall, the left side here goes to the passenger wheel, and this one goes to the driver wheel. Or if you're sitting in the car, they literally sit where they go, the right to the right and left to the left. Depends on how you're looking at it, so I figure I'll tell you both ways. So I'll show you under the car now. All right, so there's the lines there hanging. I'll figure out which one goes where, and then I'm gonna tuck. I have them routed on the outside here. It's a lot easier than trying to fit them through there. You can though. Like I did the subframe in this car. I should have ran these lines before I did the subframe, but we weren't doing the lines at first, and now we are. So I've done them all on the outside there, and I've never had an issue. I just tuck them down in here, put them back in the factory spot, a couple zip ties in there, that'll work. And that's it. Take care. And taking this off, this was already hammered on by the last person. So just take it easy. Like those fuel lines there are getting a little rough, but he's already got a lot of money wrapped up into this. So probably gonna do the fuel lines at a later date. I've even had a couple where this was really ugly and the person was really on a budget. Like it was just their daily car, nothing special. And I've already routed the lines on the opposite side of this. I just routed them over here next to this. Couple zip ties onto this, and then I also took a couple of holders and fastened them to the actual car to hold the lines in. Because you start messing with all this stuff in here, these lines are going to end up start leaking, and then you're going to have to do fuel lines and everything else. And if they're on a budget, you know, just try to help out that person. You just obviously make it aware to them that your fuel lines aren't the best and you could have a leak down the road. But like I said, this was already half falling off the car from the previous person that worked on it. So now we're gonna run both of them lines back. You tuck them back up in here, just like the hard lines. Run them back up into the factory spots. Whatever ones I can get out, the factory holders, I'll open them up and run the lines in through them, just like you do the hard line. And same on this side. I don't have the lines off yet. He's got new hoses for these too. And you just run them just like regular brake lines. But like I said, if you don't have a flaring tool, it works out really nice because then you don't need to worry about flaring stuff. All right, guys, so I got the lines all ran. So they're all tucked up in there like that. And then run them all in the factory spot. And then they go each way in there. And then I got them on the factory holder here and here. And then on the passenger side, same thing. Factory holder there and there. And then they just loop up and they touch the body. We're gonna have red hoses, like I said, but he accidentally got the ones for disc brakes, not drum brakes. So use the hoses over, new wheel cylinders, bend up a hard line in between there on both sides. There's that. And then we're gonna bleed the brakes now. And then here's the front, all ran and tucked up against the firewall. So that's just a general overview of how to do the rear lines on this, especially without using flare tools. I'm gonna bleed the brakes now. So I just have it gravity bleeding. So I got the reservoir full, got a hose on it. The bleeder open, just wait until the fluid comes out and no air, and it should be good to go. If it doesn't gravity bleed, then I will get somebody to help me pump the brakes and go from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Robin's Built Garage, thank you.